Happy Monday, everybody. It's me, Maris, and I know it's been like forever since I've been online doing a live reading. And for whatever reason, actually, I was doing a reading for somebody on my Google Meet in my little one on one online reading room. And I was like, you know what? You need to do a reading on Facebook. So here I am, and here is some smudge for you. Using sage today. We all could use some sage. So I'm doing an energy forecast for the week. And we are using the Medicine Woman deck. That one right there. I don't know, she's my new favorite deck. And I can't find my Angels and Ancestors deck, everybody. So if you're an intuitive and do some remote viewing, please look for Maris's Angels and Ancestor deck. I can't find it. It's blocked to me, I guess. So, help me find it. Okay. So, today I've got the Angels and Ancestors deck. Or, no, I'm sorry, I don't have the Angels and Ancestors deck. That's the deck I'm looking for. I'm using the Medicine Woman deck. And I'm just going to shuffle it and just asking, show us the energy coming in this week. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about the energy coming in this week? Okay, so there's one. I usually kind of one will flip out, flip off, flip down, get stuck. Okay, what's that one? That one kind of poked out. So I read it in a sequence, so I'm wondering if it, because I probably passed that card 20 times, but if it wasn't in the right sequence, whoa, don't go away. Alright, I'm back. Okay. I love that painting behind me. Okay, and anything else? Is there anything else the Medicine Woman would like to add? I guess that, because it stuck out. Okay, it looks like this is going to be a chatty Cathy time. You might want to think about getting a snack, getting a drink, cup of tea, glass of Sprite. Okay, I guess that's it. Alright, so I have a handful of cards, and let's rock and roll. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll here. Okay. So the first card that we're looking at here is Mother Earth. And the phrase getting back to basics is what came to mind when I'm looking at it. Getting back to basics. That's the Mother Earth card. Mother Earth, getting back to basics. I'm what did they do, 150 years ago? How were things done? It was everything you did, you actually touched, you put your energy into it. And that's what I'm feeling when I'm looking at that card. Now, the obstacle that's coming in when I'm looking at it is vision, and it's upside down. And the word or the phrase that came through is not having a plan. Not having a plan. So it's almost like being blindfolded or being in a place of a lack of vision, no plan. You're just going through emotion or being spontaneous. There's Layla in the background. Uh, Making choices willy nilly. So that part is about not having a plan, and that you need to kind of put a little bit of a focus into creating the plan that you want. Now, some people will say, well, what's my time frame? And I'm like, well, here, nothing is a big rush. The autumn is where you'll start to see things start to progress. The autumn is when you'll start to see things progress. But in the here and now, your plan is rather lackadaisical. You don't have a plan. It's important for you to get that. I'm getting like, you really need to put things as a plan. Sit down and write it on a piece of paper what your goal is. And then underneath that goal, you want to start listing what are the ideas that you have to get to that place, to be in command or in connection with that goal. Where do you want to be? Because lately you haven't had a plan, and it's time for you to get your plan of action together. The spirit of water, when I'm looking at this, is more about fluidity and being able to go with the flow. So this is in the help part, and when I'm looking at this, I get this sense of just being in the flow, going with the flow. You're on a raft, going over the waters, and go with the flow. Go with the flow. That spirit of water allows us to adapt to change with little or no resistance or adversity, or a lot of this, it just allows you to kind of go with the bend in the road and go, okay, let's see what's around the corner. Now, the next set here, the medicine woman, is starting to point in some of the things that we need to be examining. I don't want to use the word careful of. I'm going to use the word examining, using your personal discernment. And the first card here in this section, so these are like the remedies, and we see the embrace card upside down. And when I'm looking at this, the message that I'm getting is that not everything is for you or you personally. That sometimes people just want to get into a network or get into a connection, into a relationship where they're able to utilize what you bring to the table. And this also includes ideas, that as long as your ideas are equal to their ideas, that everything's okay. But don't get caught up in things that are not personally for you. Don't get caught up in things that are not personally for you. And furthermore, on that, the message that I get is it is okay to let go of what no longer defines or what never did define, but you kind of like let it ride as, not as your ride or die, but you let it ride along. I get it, like a tag along. You let it tag along, okay. It's like the annoying little kid, but you were carrying baggage, you were carrying people, you were carrying ideas that aren't really yours to carry anymore. They never even reflected who you were or really made you feel good about the person that every day you're becoming. So take that into a consideration when you're looking at that embrace card upside down. It's not everything is for you and not meant to be positive or negative. It's just very, very neutral. And it's this permission from the universe for you to go ahead and let things go. Allow people to go. Allow things to fall to the side. You don't have to get what I'm looking at on this next card is you don't have to be melodramatic to regain your personal power. In fact, it's almost a humbling experience when there is a sense of quiet and solitude with it and letting it go. Um, and that's the baggage, not your personal power. In doing that, when you're holding on to baggage that isn't yours, it reduces your vibration, it changes your personal power, it puts you in a place that you can be considered weak or vulnerable to other people. Makes you feel weak or vulnerable to other people. And that is that reduction in personal power. Reduction in personal power. I was sitting here, I'm like, it kind of hit me, and I was like, how often do we go along with the flow, or we go along with something that is totally not us? We can sit back and observe and watch it, or we can participate in it. And what I'm feeling in here is the things that we've been participating in, we're going to be able to let them go this week. Disconnect from them as they really truly don't reflect who we are. I love the next card because this is focusing in now on where are we going with all of this stuff this week, because we realize that we're moving through some motions, and we've got the heart's wisdom here. And in the heart's wisdom, we learn to appreciate ourselves. We learn to come from within. I was going to say go with it from within, but it's more about like coming from within and honoring who we are. So this is a week of some empowerment. We just have to let go of some of this stuff that's been holding us into a yucky place, that's been bringing us down, kind of like, just like I said, putting us in a sense of imprisonment, whether it's physiologically or physically, emotionally or spiritually. And this is this essence, this time, this permission to let it go. Now, the last two cards just fell on the ground, so please don't go away. I'm going to bend down and pick it up and say hey to the pretty painting up there. I love the energy in that painting. I had mentioned it earlier in the reading, and I really love the energy. This is like an empowered woman, just looking into her future and all of the great possibilities that she has through there. It's like one of my favorite paintings. Alright, so then getting close, we're getting ready to end this reading. We know the heart's wisdom is allowing us to open up our heart, allowing us to see things from a perspective, allowing us to feel things, do things, give things, experience things from our desire, from where we want to be, what we want to empower, what we want to embrace and exchange and connect and share and fill our cup with. And we're going into a very, very, very beautiful place here. This is the grounding card, and the grounding says that finally we're going to get into an alignment. This is this week. We're going to feel empowered. We're going to feel some strength, some courage. I'm getting like, when I'm looking at this over here coming off, You know, because we see it looks like some hands right there. Like it's like the angel wings, not our own personal angel wings, but knowing that the angels are with us and that they are empowering us and helping us to get into this beautiful, beautiful place. And the last card, I'm telling you, is amazing on this. I love this last card because it's like if there's anything that we can simmer and brew through with, what are we looking for? We're looking for, especially if we're like cooking and we're allowing it to simmer and all those flavors and things come together, and some parts of it are kind of awkward and yucky in taste, and then that final outcome, that final dish is that is amazing. It's the great mystery. And when I'm looking at this card, the message that I'm getting here is that we have some questions that will be answered, and answered with great clarity. We have questions that we have, and that question will be answered this week with great clarity. So, I hope you enjoyed the week's forecast. I used the Medicine Woman deck. I love this deck. And again, I'm missing my Angels and Ancestors deck. So, intuitives, remote viewers, please help a sister. Look for my cards. I can't find them. It's my Angels and Ancestors deck. You know, the deck with my boyfriend in it. Yeah, that deck. Have a beautiful week. Peace, love, and harmony. See you soon.